Today is 633rd day that I'm here to share lessons I learned. I'm learning. I hope that I support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about communication and 10 skills that you want to build when you want to become a better in communication. Today's lesson is all about what I'm learning. I'm sharing this because I want to improve, because when you share something, when you really want to help other people with the things that you learn, you get better. So this lesson is all about me growing in communication, understanding what's important to become better in communication. And at the same time, of course, I hope that will help you as well to focus on, okay, thinking, what do I need to do to really become a better communicator? So first is active listening. So of course, people sometimes believe that you are a great communicator when you are speaking very well, when you share and share and share, then as an orator. But that is not communication, that is just public speaking. Communication is when you are able to communicate with somebody. So that means you need to be able to listen to your audience, listen to your people that you speak one-on-one, maybe a group of people, but understanding what they're saying and be able to really actively listening what they say and what they do not say. Because a lot of times what they do not say is much more important than what they say. Because you're able to say that when someone says that oh, I'm super excited about it. Oh yeah, I'm excited about it. You're able to grab by tonality that one is really super excited, or other one is hesitant, but he thinks that he's supposed to be excited. And then you can say like, it seems that there is some hesitancy in when you say that you are super excited. So what is that? And then you, of course, you're able to understand why they are still hesitant about being excited about. So that means about tonality and what they do not say, and that really allows to have that active listening. Second thing is empathy. Empathy is very important because you're able to put yourself in other person's shoes. When you're able to put yourself in other person's shoes, you're able to understand their situation a little bit more. Because you understand their situation a little more, and other person could feel that you understand it and understand them, they will be more open to share even more, and will be more open to listen to your suggestions, and will be more willing to listen to your influence. Because if they feel that you do not understand them, they will not take any advice. Because if they feel that you do not understand, that means that their problem seems that you don't understand me, so like how are you supposed to give me advice? So of course it's very important to be more empathetic, because you're able to connect and understand the person much better. Number 3 is clarity and being concise. So it means when you share your ideas, you need to be simple, concise, and of course bring a lot of clarity. Because I love, I don't remember who said it, but that a lot of time professors make simple things complex, but people who succeed in life is making complex things simple. So that means that, and if you're not able to share your topic that you're speaking about in a simple way yet, that means that you're not expert yet. So there's a lot of topics that I try to explain and say, oh yeah, I understand. And when you start to explain it, then you realize that you use so many words and you still didn't get to the main point. So, and then you realize that maybe you're not that expert in that topic as you thought. That's why it's very important to be clear and concise. Number 4 is non-verbal communication. This is part of active listening as well, because non-verbal communication is how other potentially people use non-verbal communication. But now in the side is how do you use verbal communication? So when you say that something increase, so increase 10% or increase 20%. So when you're able to use hand gestures, it shows and it's easier to follow because you're able to see that. Now it goes down, you're able to show that hand gestures. Again, you're able to use nonverbal communication in the body language, expand, reduce. Like there's a lot of different nonverbal communication. Of course, I'm not going deep into all the nonverbal communication and body language, but again, there's a lot of things that you're able to use with tonality, with body, to increase understanding of the idea that you want to represent. Number 5 is adaptability. That means that every conversation will be different. Every person will be unique, different, and you need to be able to adapt to every single conversation. It could be that external sources are interrupting your conversation. You need to adapt and use what's going on around you to really adapt and speak to the audience in a way that they are able to follow. So that means we need to be adaptable because every single person will be unique. And if you're just trying to follow the process, exactly the same, of course, a lot of people will fall out of the process because they do not like exactly how you do the things. Number 6 is assertiveness. This is very, very important. People believe people who are very assertive. Because if someone is like still thinking, oh, I think that this could be the best. Now, of course, people say, oh, he thinks so. It might be working, might not. So I don't know if you're supposed to follow him, but I know that this will work. I know that this is the best. I think that this is the best thing that we could do now. It could be that this will not be the best thing, but after that, when you start implementing those and you believe that this is the best action step that you can take now, because when you believe that this is the best step now, of course, people will take it. Because when you're still considering, I know it is the best step, so then people are pondering and not taking action. So assertiveness allows you to take action much faster and helps influence people to take action as well. Number 7 is open-mindedness. This is essential because a lot of times when you have a conversation with people, people will share the things that you potentially do not agree with. So they need to be open-minded to listen their reasoning, why they do that, what is behind that. And when you're able to be open-minded, understand fully the reason why they did the things that they did and why they did it and how and what, like every aspect about the thing that potentially you do not agree, then you realize that, oh, now I see why you did it. Maybe some things was not right in your decision-making process, so maybe we can tweak a few things, but I understand why I did it. So you don't judge a person, but you're trying to understand the person. There's a huge difference between judging and understanding. Number 8 is positive language. So that means that we're able to use positive language, words that are encouraging people and seeing futures in a positive light, rather than saying all the things that seems dark and not positive and negative. Because positive brings belief, brings hope, and of course we always want to make sure that we're able to uplift people. Number 9 is conflict resolution. This is essential. So that means a lot of times when you have a conversation, people want to communicate. Some people will not agree with you, and they will want to have an argument with you. So what do? Do you allow them to win? Do you just put a lot of arguments? Or are you able to ask questions, understand their position? Because when you will understand them, then they will feel understood. They will be more than willing to really allow you to share your perspective. Because when people feel heard, they are more open to be influenced as well. And again, conflict resolution doesn't show that you are right. It might be that you are wrong. So that means when you're able to understand the person, you then say, oh yeah, now I see that. Maybe I'm able to change my opinion as well. And it's part of open-mindedness. And number 10, and I think that is one of the most important part, is storytelling. So then being able to share metaphors, analogies, stories, and really share the idea, the lesson through the story. Because stories you're able to remember. When you share just content without context, a lot of times the content doesn't make sense. Only when the context is presented, then you're able to understand the message and implement in your life, because the stories allows you to think, okay, how I could use this content, with the context, with the story into my life, because story really aligns and so, oh yeah, like I related that, and now I'm able to put that lesson into my life as well. So storytelling is very, very important, and people who really are very good in storytelling, improving in their careers, in their business very well, because people follow the best storytellers. I need to work on that a lot, because I used to be content, and I think that I need to really work very hard to improve my storytelling, and that will be my future thing that I really will work very, very hard. So this is the things that I learned that you need to be good at if you want to learn how to be better communicator. So I hope you choose to win, and I see you tomorrow.